What's going on, all you gamers? Here we are with a little more Outriders, and today I'd logged on and noticed some strange activity. So if you want to see how I believe they've changed some of the mods already, kind of a little stealth nerf or adjustment of sorts before the day one patch, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls, as always, for all things Xbox, for all things gaming, and of course a lot more Outriders on the way. Then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for today, you're here to find out what I mean by adjustments to the actual items. Now, I logged on this morning, and when I'd gone straight over to my inventory, and as you can see, I've been hard at work farming these, probably not as hard as some people, but definitely putting some hours in. But one thing that I noticed, and that's this one just over here, this one, the Rarog's Gaze. Now, I actually didn't manage to get this. What happened is I died when I had a complete full inventory and it was moved to my stash. Now they've chucked it straight into my inventory, and that's probably about 10 days later. So I'm guessing what they've done is they're letting people have a little play around with the gear that they'd had just before the demo ends. That's all I can think of. But another thing I've noticed, and that's that they've actually had a little sort out and adjusted a few things in the game already. Now, if I chuck this on for you, I'll show you that basically they said there will be a day one patch addressing a lot of features and things for the game. So as you can see from this, basically they're saying there's going to be a lot of demo content bugs fixes. For example, mods on some legendary weapons. Now, as we know, some weren't working as intended. They said that's going to be fixed. Also, they've put balancing changes for various items, mods, enemy stats and loot drops, which sounds really good. These developers actually look like they're really trying with this game. I am really looking forward to it. But if you have a look just here as well, balancing is an ongoing process and we have learnt much from internal playtests, the insiders preview and the demo over the previous months. However, we're sure that we will continue to learn more from the launch of the main game and the feedback provided by you, our community, so keep it coming. They are definitely listening to the community and they are making changes as they go. But if you thought this was going to be a day one patch and onwards of that, I'm here to tell you that they've been doing some things behind the works during the demo as well. So if I show you this one just here, this right here has a mod on it, and it's the Amber Vault gun. It's a legendary weapon, but the mod on it right here, I can tell you that has already been adjusted. Now, I don't know if there's any other legendaries, I don't have all of them, I couldn't notice anything else myself. If you can, or if you have noticed any differences from when you've played the game recently, then chuck it in the comments. But if you have a look, this one says, killing shots increase damage by 30% for this weapon for 30 seconds. Bonus deteriorates with time and can stack up to 3 kills. Now that has definitely been changed, as I actually said this was going to be one of the most powerful guns in the game because of that mod, or at least that mod was going to be one of the most powerful, because previously it stacked up to 5 times and it would give you an absolute abundance at 150% weapon damage. So I'm going to chuck that footage on just to show you that I'm not crazy. Pretty tasty, pretty good in all games. But it didn't have that bling effect. But then over here, killing shots increase damage by 30% for this weapon for 30 seconds. Now 30 seconds is a ridiculously long time. In gameplay time, it's a ridiculously long time. So it also says it stacks up to 5 kills. Now it does say it deteriorates with time, so I'm not sure how that would work currently. I'm not sure if it's when those 30 seconds is up once that's right on. So hopefully you saw from that they've definitely been making some adjustments already. I think this is probably a good thing, as it means they're just trying to balance it, make it all really good for that day one release, and then they're going to go from there anyway and make more adjustments. But I'm telling you now, if you've been theory crafting a lot, if you've been trying to work out the strongest build, it may not be exactly how you think, as I think there'll be a lot of changes and a lot of differences to what it has on the wiki as such or other places, as they're definitely going to tweak it around to their heart's content. As I said, just a little bit of a heads up so that you know, and not to get too invested as of yet, because things will definitely be changing by that day one patch, and I'd imagine by the time you get to late game, a lot of the mods and a lot of the armor pieces involved may be slightly different. I'm imagining that most things are going to be very similar or exactly the same, but there will be tweaks here and there. As always guys, I hope that's helped you, and for a lot more Outriders, want to hit that subscribe bell icon. But for today, take care, I'll see you on the next day.